Hello everyone, hello, welcome to my channel. It's about trauma healing and mediumship here and spirituality, but my main focus is trauma healing. I'm a German trauma therapist. I'm specialized in developmental and attachment trauma. I've written a bestseller about trauma healing and self-help. This book describes my self-help method, honest sharing. There's already a huge international network for this method. So I have about almost 10 years experience with working with people with severe trauma, extreme trauma, conflicts, all kinds of problems and suffering. And what I see is that all the suffering is caused in the end, if we look really deep into it, it is caused by what is called attachment or developmental trauma. So what I'm talking about here is how to get and how to book a session, an individual session with me, with Gopal, a trauma session without audience, because usually I work with audience. And yes, this is another topic for another video, but here I would like to invite everyone who cannot speak German. This is important because usually I don't give individual sessions anymore without audience, but to spread my work, to help people, especially in the United States, to find me and my work and the principles to liberate, to liberate themselves from all the suffering. I offer this, and I would like to describe what to expect and how you can book a session. So if you want a session with me, it's very easy. You write an email to office@traumaheilung.net. This is my office, and you can write in German and in English. And then we will find an appointment, a date and time. No matter in what time zone you live, we will find a time to make the session with soon. Another possibility is you look in the online calendar. This is on my homepage, traumaheilung.net, and you just select a slot for an individual English session and book that. But again, this is only for people who don't speak and understand German. Yeah, this is really important. This is really only for those people, because they have no chance to take part in my German events. So what to expect? What can we do? How can I help you? Yeah, that's the question. What's going to happen in that session? I developed my own unique method. The name for that is floating. It is usually done in a group setting, but it can also be done in an individual session. It can also be done if you come as a couple. Yeah, I would really encourage you, if you both are ready for that, to book a session as a couple, and then we work together. The reason is, in a couple, the core conflict manifests in the most extreme possible way, because a couple is the closest relationship between two humans. So if you come as a couple, I'm helping you to proceed and to work on it after the session on your own. So you have a counterpart and you can continue the work. But if you are not living in a relationship, you just book the session for your own. And what we are doing, what can we do, is I found out that it's all about thoughts. So this is how my work, that is called floating, is based upon. It's only about working with subconscious projections. And how does that look like? It's it's important to know what to expect and if it's dangerous or extreme. No, it's not at all dangerous. This is no extreme work. You don't even have to cross your limits or your borders. It's a very, very simple and almost boring work. but nevertheless it hits the core conflict and the root cause of all the suffering. So I can help you to find out what you project on others. So that may look like that I ask you a question. If you see me now here in Zoom, what do you think? What I will do in relation to you? So what do you believe is the threat? Yeah. So these projections have always something to do with a threat. We project danger on other people. That's why we create distance, all subconsciously, of course, usually. So I help to find out in what dream world you live. And this is always a nightmare because, as I said, it's about we project danger. So the world we live in is a world of thoughts. We don't live in reality. We think we live according to reality today. No, almost all people are dreaming. We dream and project, and then we don't see or we don't understand why the circumstances are like that and why people behave strangely and so on. And if we have found out the projections, then already the nervous system comes down, because this creates security, safety. We have found, you have found the context. Yeah, and context gives security. So that's my work, to help to find the world of thought you live in, and to find out if that is still the case today, if that is true. For example, if you project that I would abandon you, then I invite you to ask me, then ask me, Gopal, are you going to abandon me now? And then I answer. And then your story, your projection, your dream, you bring it in contact, and this creates disidentification. Yeah, because you then get information, and then the system sooner or later realizes that these projections as such is a dream, no matter if it's true or not. Yeah, the living based on projections is dreaming, and it's about the physical reality outside. And the second part is to find out the actual how do you say, the trigger. Yeah, the trigger. So what I've explained now is the story in your head, but the story gets fueled and triggered, activated by imprints through the eyes, through the ears. For example, someone would say, the way you look tells me that you are aggressive and want to attack me. And then we have to go into detail what exactly is the trigger, because if someone says, you look evil, this is not a trigger, this is already an interpretation. So we have to find out, what do you mean, what do you interpret as evil? And that may, for example, that the eyes are half closed. So we have to come to the pure perception, what you perceive and interpret as dangerous. That's important. And then you can also bring that in contact by asking. For example, I see that your eyes are half closed. Does that mean that you are angry? And then I will answer. And then the connection that has been created in your brain, in your childhood, an actual neutral sensation on the outside together with danger. Yeah, which does not necessarily belong together, because half-closed eyes have nothing to do with danger. If someone pulls a gun and directs towards you, okay, that's a different thing. Yeah, but we are talking not about real danger, we are talking about how the nervous system recreates the childhood experience in neutral, safe environments. That's the point. And if this is dissolved, you will see that there will be a great relief in your nervous system, deep relaxation, and you suddenly see that the problem has never been outside. It was a nightmare. And together with my help, you can look beyond the nightmare and finally one day drop it completely, because then you live in contact with the world. And if you live in contact and coherent with the world, there's no gap which can be filled by projections. You see, if you are completely in contact with the reality outside, there's no possibility for the mind to project, because your consciousness, your system is full of the objective imprints, and there's no space for projection. If to project, you need distance and a space, a gap in which you can put your thoughts. And if you live according to reality, there's no space left for the mind. Yeah, so this is my work, and it has proven to be very, very effective in many cases. Of course, not in all cases, but in many cases, very effective, and it works very fast. Yes, so this is what I can say. And if you are interested in, then you can try one session, and usually in the first session already something deeply changes, usually. Yeah, so it's not about 5 sessions to find out if we can work together. No, we start immediately. In the first minute, we directly start and use all the complete time for total transformation. And again, it's nothing extreme. Yeah, it's just looking at your own thoughts. And if you need more distance, more space, more time, no problem. Yeah, it's your session, not mine. Okay, so this is my invitation, and I'm looking forward to seeing you online in Zoom in an individual session. And I'm really looking forward to help you transform your suffering, because the suffering is not needed anymore. There's absolutely no need for suffering, and with suffering nothing changes. It doesn't bring you anywhere. It's just obsolete. We don't need that. And then the real life starts.